Let's go. D to the A, there and back. If we ride with can't from the T to the O. Up then the you can keep what you owe. Granny told me, boy, you reap what you sow.
Boston, Massachusetts, the destination for the 76ers. An absolute blur with a ball, with a jump shot to make defenses pick their poison. Tyrese Maxey, always dangerous, as they get pumped up before the tip-off against the Celtics. Sixers, Celtics, tip-off just moments away. Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to everyone joining us here at 2K Sports. It's time for a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Here are the five for Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George. And it's the Machine in at the 2. And for the Celtics, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, Grant, there's a lot to love about Christmas Day, not the least of which are the great NBA matchups we always get.
Oh, B.A., we've seen some Christmas classics over the years, haven't we? Something about playing on this holiday brings out the best in players and teams.
And it's the Sixers to start out. Now here's Maxey. George outside. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
That's good from George.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
George hits them both. All right, guys. We're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. Well, the Celtics won their 18th championship in 2024, the most of any franchise in the NBA, and with multiple extensions this summer, securing their core moving forward, Boston has made huge financial commitments to compete for championships every single year.
Not a team to be taken lightly. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Pass to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
White with it. 14 points his last outing. And here's Brown. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off this path when he's on his way to the rim.
That free throw, no good.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
And the second free throw is good.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Here's the machine. 15 in his last outing. Pass to Embiid. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using it. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's White. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. The kick to Tatum. Off target with the three.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
The machine, pass to Maxey. Pass to the machine, shoots. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
The size and strength of Embiid, he is absolutely mammoth. Really hard to deal with. You may need a couple of guys to box him out.
Now here's Brown. 35 points his last game. Now Holiday. Rebound by Philadelphia. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
As they say, live by the three, die by the three. When you're too perimeter dependent, it's hard to maintain consistency game in and game out.
And, you know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
And so often, he's the ball handler in screen and roll, but on that play, George sets a great pick and finishes with confidence.
Now here's White. Pass to Brown. Here's Holiday. The kick to Tatum. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Tatum.
This isn't a shot Holiday will pass up. He's a reliable three-point shooter.
Here's the machine, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Here's White. And the layup is good off the glass.
Outstanding play by White that time. He just took off and got up and down in a heartbeat.
Here's Yabusele. Still no points. Knocked loose. Back to Maxey. Pass to the machine. Hey, expanding his range. No luck on that one. Celtics trail by 4. Down low. Here's White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Jason Tatum scores, but also creates for his teammates a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Here's the machine. He's guarded by White. Here's the machine. Yabusele. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
And here's a look at some numbers for Jaylen Brown.
Personal foul, second team foul.
And this will be his third and fourth free throws of the game here.
Jaylen Brown at the line for 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Celtics. Cornette's checked in for Horford. Hauser comes in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Oubre, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Grimes comes in for Paul George. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Into the lane. Here's Grimes. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Outside Maxey. The shot comes out. Nice D from Tatum. Boston's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Here's Grimes. Finished off the break.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
Brown passes to Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Philadelphia. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
They took the season series against this opponent last year. High-profile games are the best.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff season.
Cornette, great positioning on the putback.
Beautiful effort on that tip-in. High activity level is part and parcel of his game.
Maxey passes to the machine. Outside Maxey. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston on offense. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Oubre against Tatum. That one off the back iron and out.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
Sixers ball. Substitution on the court.
Boston ends up going with a new group. Holiday from long range gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Boy, from three-point range, Holiday can really be effective now. He's worked on that part of his game over the years and forces the defense as a result to have to come out and guard him at times.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Horford in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Boston 5. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Now here's White. No good from outside.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
On the wing, Tatum. Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. Got it.
Tatum's got a nice jump shot. When he's in rhythm, you feel like he's going to make it every time he shoots it.
Pass to the machine. Unloads from 13. Second shot opportunity. And another shot. Embiid just brushing off the contact inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Brown to the middle. Here's Horford. Off with the layup. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Embiid. That one no good. Nice D from Horford. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Here's the machine. Maxey surveys. Pass to the machine. Shot clock at 5. And they take the lead.
You know, the defense was on the shooter, but in the end, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to better offense.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. To the paint. White. That one falls. Nice feed that. Time from Holiday. White's got his 3rd basket of the night.
I tell you what, he clearly is one of the best players in the league who does not get the same kind of gas that other guys do. But there's no better all-around guard in the NBA than Jrue Holiday.
Nice D from Tatum.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's George. He had 9 points in his last time out. Yabusele. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Pass to White. White coming through. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And the 76ers call time here. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Maxey passes to the machine. He tries for 3. And the 76ers get it back. Here's Embiid. Oh, a grown man move from Embiid.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Holiday against Maxey. Holiday passes to Horford. Some room here for Holiday. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Holiday's got 8 points.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
The machine. And is blocked.
White doing an excellent job coming up with the block there.
Here's the machine. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Holiday.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Boston shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean,
Through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front. They're up by 5.
The Celtics, 58. The 76ers, 53.
And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. Celtics lead by 5. Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Maxey, George out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Yabusele in at the 4. White, good.
part of White's expanding game is the attention to his jump shot, and he's made great improvement in that area.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, the Machine in their last game against the Spurs put forth a nice effort. He ended with 15 points in addition to scoring strong on the glass with 5 rebounds, too. It ended up being such a solid night for him, putting in a lot of energy and making things happen for his team. Guys?
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Pass to Maxey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
The assist.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
Boston has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Now Holiday. Give him 8. And here's Tatum. Five to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. White can't hit.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
White on the wing. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. That one drops for him.
Boy, it has been some kind of game for White. He's been aggressive and fearless and free in attacking all game long.
The Machine, the pass to Embiid. Nice D from Horford.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Here's Holiday. Yep, count it. And now an 8-point Celtic lead.
Packing some muscle on it. Holiday able to push that shot through.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Takes a 3. He drops it from range. The Machine's got his third basket on the night right there. And here's Tatum. 6 points for him. Pass to Holiday. Horford with it. Outside White. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at the Celtics. They're having a little bit of trouble right now, hanging in the middle of the league.
Checking out the 76ers, they've exceeded expectations, and that's still putting it lightly. They're playing fantastic ball and are very dangerous.
Here's the machine. Give him 8. Now here's Maxey. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Maxey.
And now just a 3-point Celtic lead.
Maxey's so good at breaking you down off the dribble. Great skill.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Horford. Offensive rebound. Tatum passes to Brown. From outside the arc. And it's Tatum missing.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Maxey passes to the machine. He shoots a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And Boston calls time here.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Here's George. The tandem on the perimeter, White and Tatum. Al Horford out there with Luke Cornett, and it's Holiday in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Embiid. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
A focal point in this offense, Embiid has no hesitation shooting off the catch.
Up top, Tatum. George defending. Pass to Holiday. Embiid with the block.
Embiid stiff-arming that shot with authority, no mercy.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Yabusele. Down low. Here's the machine. Good work defensively by White. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Maxey against Holiday. Pass to Cornett. The jump hook. And too long on the shot.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Here's the machine. Here's Embiid. Whoa! Embiid with the slam.
With his diverse offensive game, 7 feet tall, maybe a little north of that, and 280 pounds, Embiid might be the toughest assignment in the league.
White with it. Again, the miss by Boston.
Nice work defensively, meeting him up top and forcing the miss.
Pass to George. White with the steal. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Boston.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
to take the lead. George, no good. And it's Tatum with the ball for Boston. They lead by 1. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
There you see how tough Holiday is. He simply pressed and forced the issue there and got the defense to overcommit.
Drew Holiday at the line for 2 shots.
The first one falls. Holiday hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Pass to the machine to tie it up. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Here's Cornette. Outside White. The rebound by Yabusele.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
The fader, and the bucket is good.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
The Celtics with the lead. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Timeout. It's time for T-shirts.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
And Allie, thanks. The machine, the pass to Maxey. So they take the lead.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass, and they're paying for it, giving up second chance points.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
To the inside, and Embiid throws it down.
Embiid with a major contribution thus far. He's a guy that can carry his team.
Brown passes to White to halt the run. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Embiid can't hit.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration, too.
And down it goes. 2 points.
We know Tatum's got a terrific jumper, but I like when he pounds that paint, too.
Here's Yabusele, pounded by Tatum. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on White.
Second team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia, Gershon Yabusele. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Boston trailing. Now Brown. Outside White. Outside Brown. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the line. Brown catches in. A terrific finisher inside.
Hey, and with Brown, guys, it doesn't matter what point in the game it is. I mean, he's ready to shoot whenever he has the ball in a good spot.
Back to Maxey. Embiid inside. He's against Horford. And then Embiid with the dunk.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. On the wing, Holiday. Pass to Tatum. White on the wing. 6 to shoot. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here. Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Here's Brown. Oh, JB rattling the rim.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Joel Embiid.
What an unbelievable offensive performance from him tonight. I mean, it's been crazy fun to watch him just go off. I mean, the defense had no chance. He just kept scoring over and over again.
Fires the three. Tatum pulls it in. Boston's gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth.
Number 22. First personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's Boston now. Trailing by 2. Pass to Brown. Over George.
Well, that long reach of Paul George's really bothers shooters. He is one of the best two-way players we have in the association.
Here's the Machine. Horford covering. The Machine. Pass to George. Here's the Machine. Just 4 to shoot. To the middle. Yabusele. And nails the tray.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And the Celtics call time here. They're losing by 5. 51 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Brown. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And Brown is a guy who is hunting contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him when they're defending.
At the line for 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time.
Hey, a steady hand at the line in a tough situation. He narrows it to a one-possession game.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
It falls!
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
Pass to White. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Again, the miss by Boston. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Derek White, 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul.
And the 76ers with possession. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
1st personal foul, 4th team foul. At the line for the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6.
You know, one of the things you really appreciate about Maxey is how freely he plays. He just throws himself in there, fearless about looking for ways to get involved in the play and then make an impact. Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
And Boston calls time here. They trail by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
There's 21 seconds left in the game. Now Philadelphia with it. Here's McCain. So this one belongs to the 76ers.
The end of the game.
Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
We'll see you next
And
time.
that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports.